Everyone, I'm going to show how you can use AI to transform your sales process. And obviously that's a big statement, so I'm not going to show you everything in the world, but I am going to show you what we specifically do at Sendspark and have helped our customers do that have gotten really, really strong results and, absolutely game changing from what life was like 12 months ago. A brief introduction about me. My name is Bethany. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Sendspark, which is an automated video platform to create AI personalized videos at scale. And I really started Sendspark alongside my co-founder to solve my own problem. Before doing Sendspark, I was doing marketing, sales automation, the one sending out all the emails on behalf of salespeople. And, it was really just looking for a better way to stand out and connect at scale. So that's why we started Sendspark 5 years ago. And why I absolutely love this kind of AI lead gen, go-to-market engineering kind of stuff. And I'm excited to share what we do. So plan for today, I'm just going to address the current issues that we're seeing in the space. And then I'll go through some tactics that I think can help a lot. And I'll show step-by-step how you can set some of these up. If you take away all of this, absolutely great. I think it's game changing, but my hope is even if you just take one step in this strategy, it could be a game changing improvement. So showing a lot of different things and I'll move fast, but don't feel bad if you don't do it all at the end. Okay, so the problem that we're seeing, and we talk to so many sales leaders, between me and the other people on my team, and we're constantly hearing that in a way, it's easier than ever to send emails, right? You have tools like Instantly and Smartly that let you buy a lot of domains and send things out at scale and manage high velocity infrastructure, which is great in some ways, but it's also way harder to stand out because people are just inundated with emails. And the same things, the same quick question email that worked great a year ago is just not cutting it. Reply rates are down across the board, and the same things that used to work didn't work anymore. That said, the framework to succeed in today's world is not that crazy. I think it breaks down to 3 components. One is good timing. So you're reaching out to people at the right time when they're really, looking to buy or just barely starting their buying cycle. And you can find this using intent data. There's a lot of new platforms in the market I'll talk about. Having good lead data. So not just good emails and LinkedIn profiles and accurate phone numbers. Obviously, that's important too, but it's also possible to enrich leads with things that are really important for your sales process. So based on what you sell on and the value you provide, you can get a lot of data, with just Clay or AI agents to help you make a more compelling message and to just know that you're spending time targeting the right people. And then lastly, good messaging is always important and really ties into 1 and 2. So sending emails or LinkedIn messages that convert and using personalized video to just boost those reply rates and make sure that you're getting the most out of every outreach campaign that you're doing. Results to expect. I just grabbed a screenshot from Expandy, which is the platform that we're using for LinkedIn automation. And you can see the videos or the messages with videos we're sending are getting around 66% reply rate, which is twice as much as the one without them. But even the ones without them, where we're just reaching out to highly, qualified, targeted people at the right time, are still getting 31% replies. So, I think it depends a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily say that you should expect things this high, but it's not crazy to get really good reply rates. Definitely if you're targeting 1%, that's too low. You can do better than that. Okay, so I'm going to dive into each of these. Good timing. So there's a few ways that you can make sure that you're reaching out to people at the best time. There's actually a ton of ways. I'm going to show the ones that I see just being the easiest to set up and working well. One is website visitors. I know, both Adam Robinson, RB2B, and Warmly are very active on LinkedIn. So you're probably familiar with this concept where you can track and identify who's on your website using these platforms. And I would honestly recommend just using both because more data is better. So what you can do is track who's on your website And, just because someone's on your website doesn't necessarily mean that timing at that moment is perfect. But what it lets you do if you have a good CRM is like, now that you have that person pinged, you can track everything else they do. And then you can look at page visits, associated contacts, like maybe they have multiple people from the company checking you out, other actions they're taking, and then use this as a trigger for outreach. So this is a screenshot from HubSpot. And what we're doing is we have a list of all the people that are active. We then are like filtering out some data and like narrowing down with who we want to talk to. And then when they take key actions, then you can use that as a trigger. And now, your lead list is much smaller than every person in the world who has the right job title, in industry. But when you reach out to those people, your reply rates are going to be a lot higher and your sales process is going to be a lot shorter because people are already familiar with their brand and possibly active in the buying process. Another really good strategy is social post engagement. So what you can do here is you can look at people who've engaged with a specific post, maybe a post that you've made that's about your company, or like if you integrate with another company and they make a post that gets a lot of engagement, or your competitors have a strong post, or an influencer in your space is a good post. Maybe everyone who engaged that post, I'm not going to say they're the hottest leads in the world, but it is a little bit of intent that's higher than everyone else. So you can use tools like Expandy, Phantom Buster, or Trigify is really solid to scrape everyone who's engaged that post and then use them as part of your intent list. This screenshot's from Expandy, and you can see, like, I tried to take a screenshot of where you're doing a post engagement search. So basically what you can do is in Expandy, you can do a new search, and then you can paste a LinkedIn URL to a post, and then add, and I just realized the screenshot's wrong, but the way it works, you'll add the link to the post, and then you add the little post ID, and then it will scrape everyone who engaged that post for you, and also tell you if you're already connected to some people or you're not, so you kind of know who to reach out to and can take things from there. There's a ton of other signals that you can look for. Those are two that we're doing really successfully, but a lot of our customers will also look for, and we do this too, actually, to a lesser extent, people hiring for key roles. So you might know they're growing their team. That indicates something. Maybe your champion changes a job, so now they're at a new company, you can reach out. You can use something like Trigify to see if they're searching your category of like video prospecting or sales tools or whatever it is. And also you can think about other intent specific to you. I've seen great use cases where like someone who sells an integration platform reaches out when a company announces a new integration and says, hey, if integrations are a priority, like we can help you build more faster. Or similarly, like you can look for funding announcements if you sell SOC 2 certifications, like, hey, you just announced series or like a series seed. You probably need to be SOC 2 certified now. Let's talk. So think about the signals that mean that for you, it's a good time to start your sales process, monitor them, and then create your lead lists from them. Now, once you have those lists, the key thing you want to do is qualify. And so there's two things you need to do here. One is probably enrich and add more data. So like, everyone who engaged with your LinkedIn post is probably not a good lead for you. They're probably too small. Your sales team doesn't want to talk to everyone. And similarly, everyone who's been on your website is not a good lead. You only want to talk to people who match your ideal customer persona. So those are the people you want to qualify. And then of course you'd want to exclude people you're already talking to, right? Like you don't want to be pinging your current customers, your current pipeline all the time. So in this screenshot, I'm showing a table, and I can definitely, if you want more of this, like add me on LinkedIn and I can send you like the real tables and the templates for everything too. My name is just Bethany Stachenfeld, so you can add me there and I'll send this over. But what you can do is like send your data into Clay, and then you can enrich the basic stuff like phone number, email, LinkedIn URL, all that, as well as more complicated stuff like, their head count for a certain department. If you sell for seats, that's really good information to know. Or, their total head count. You can even use a sales agent to like go to their website and just ask. You can even say, hey, are they currently SOC 2 certified? No, they're not. Good time to reach out if that's what you sell to. So you can use this to enrich data. And then also you can kind of check in with your CRM to see what their lead status is. And then at the end, after you do all this enrichment in Clay, you want to send it back, whether you're using HubSpot, Salesforce, Close, whatever. Make sure that you're sending that data back into your CRM. So you now have really good enriched data that you can continue using for filters and automations and all that. So enrich and qualify. Last kind of these three is good messaging. So to recap, what we want to do is find people at the right time. There's some intent. We want to filter down to our ideal customer persona, and then we want to send them good messaging. I'm just going to give you a rough like mini email sequence that I think works at a high level. And of course, like people will pick and argue about what makes a good email. So I'm not saying this is perfect, but I think it's a good framework where you basically are saying like, hey, relevant trigger, wanted to reach out. So like relevant trigger, like, hey, saw you on our website, or, noticed you engaged with this post. Maybe you don't even say exactly what it is they did to not be too creepy, but you're kind of referencing this. And then, something that's like, wanted to reach out, see if I could help, or you had any questions, offer a demo. And so your first email here should just be like simple, checking in, feel very like organic. And I'd say keep it just plain text to make sure that you're landing in the inbox. And then for the second one, this is where I'd expect you to see the highest conversions, the highest engagement, is where you add a video. And the text for this should be something that people are interested in. And you can take this literally from your sales, your discovery calls. Like, what are people asking specifically right before their face lights up when they hear that your product can help them do that? So it could be like, hey, when people check out, your company, they often ask something. The thing is, and then you want to tease like, hey, we can do this really cool thing that's going to help you a lot in this way. Here's a 2-minute video of how it works. And then you can add a video, and I'll show you how you can do this at scale with AI, that says their first name and shows a mini product demo for them. And then just do a quick like follow up after this. And you'll notice this is a short sequence compared to like the popular 7 to 11 step sequences of a year ago, because if you're reaching out to people when there's like a trigger or intent, you might be reaching out to them like more than you otherwise would. So you don't want to send them a ton of emails right now that they could unsubscribe from. Maybe just a few right now, and then you might hit them up again in 4 months or 6 months. So keep it short, keep it sweet. This, and of course, like change it to match your voice and blah, blah, blah. Okay. In terms of the video, and I'll show you this example. Like I said, you want to use as much like personalization as possible, but you also want to make sure this is going to work at scale and be automatable. So I'd recommend creating like different videos for different segments you're reaching out to. And then you can use AI to add their name, and you can also personalize to add their website. And then the product demo should be specific for like that use case. And then of course you can embed your calendar to book meetings. I'll actually show you the one that we're sending out here. So this is for people that visit the website, and it's kind of general. So there's some more that we're doing that are more specific based on like certain actions, but this is like kind of a nice general one that still has been really effective for us. And someone please let me know if the sound doesn't come through.
Hey, Bethany, we're not catching any sound from the video. I can either have you like reshare your screen and make sure we share it with audio, or if we drop the link for people, they can go watch it.
Where can we drop the link?
If there's the comments in the top, and then we'll make sure it's also distributed on LinkedIn.
Okay. I'll share the link so you can just watch it. And you can see it later. It says connect to can I give it to you, and then can you do it?
Okay. Yep. Drop it in the private chat and we'll get it out.
Yeah. So take a look at that. And one thing I'll also note if you watch this is it's not the best like video in the world, but like just a quick video is often better than nothing. And it does make it feel more personal and authentic. So we'll kind of just get up and running like videos like this for all different campaigns. And it's kind of funny to look back on some that are running when you're like, technically this was a little bit long. You should have been more concise and blah, blah, blah. So don't overthink your videos and try to get them to be perfect. Just like try to send a video and see how your conversion rates increase. Okay, so the video. And then I know we're tight on time. I was going to show how you can create these like personalized videos at scale with Sendspark. Should I do it or should I stop here?
You're okay to keep going.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to show you how you can create and send AI personalized videos like that at scale. So you could have it be fully automated where, and actually I'll show you the automation that we're kind of setting up in the end. So the ideal is like what you could then set, and whether you're using Clay or HubSpot workflows or like anything else to do your automation or any email sequence, like this is one version, but it would apply for other ways you can automate things. What you basically want to do is you have your trigger, which is like that they, visited your website and, visited the pricing page or did something where you're like, hey, now it's time to reach out. We're adding a Slack notification to just keep tabs on the automation that's running. And then you can automatically generate a video in Sendspark, personalizing it at scale with AI, which I'll show you how to do in a second. And then you can automatically enroll them in a sequence that basically looks like the one I was just showing you with the emails, and it has a placeholder for where the video is going to go. So this is like the end goal is to set this up, have this be completely automated, generating you leads while you sleep in a really effective way. And then the way that you can create the videos is in Sendspark, we have a dynamic video feature. So you would go here and then you can record one video. And instead of actually saying someone's name, like instead of saying, hi, Ben, hi, Adam, hi, whoever, if you're using the AI name personalization, you can use the placeholder word watermelon. So you'd be like, hi, watermelon, or hey, watermelon. And then that word gets replaced with your viewer's name. So, and that's English, right? We have a few other languages supported here. I'm going to just go ahead and use the sample video where I'm saying watermelon. I know you can't hear, but I'm saying watermelon, and then I've recorded the rest of a video. And you can preview the voice, make sure the AI voice clone sounds good. And you can also choose whether or not you want to have a dynamic background, which would make it look like you're recording over someone else's website. So like in the video that I sent, it was like saying, hi, Adam, and it was over the RB2B website. So you can turn this on. And you can set a fallback. So if anything happens, like they are missing a website from your CRM or something, they'll still get a nice video. So you can create this here and then also set up a landing page where you embed your calendar and can add whatever else you want here. You can be like, hi, first name. And you can set up like a nice little landing page. We have a bunch of different calendar integrations if you wanted to add your calendar so people could schedule meetings immediately after watching. And then you can just go ahead and create some videos. So, I'll just show you how this works. All you really need is the first name. And then you can, and if you wanted a special background URL, then you could add that here, but otherwise we'll just use sendspark.com. And then you can hit generate and you'll see how many credits you'll use and then an estimate of how long this will take. And the videos are pretty quick. Like, a video will just take a few seconds here. From here, you'll be able to preview the videos, make sure the AI sounds good the first time you're setting this up. And then you can send them out at scale. And really most email platforms we try to integrate with, you would just choose the platform you're using, in this case, like HubSpot sales sequences. And you get a little snippet that you can put in your email. So as contacts are, enrolled the same way, first name, company name, other variables in the email will change. You'll now get these AI personalized videos that are going to look just like the one I sent in the chat. So, I wanted to share this because it's kind of cool. It's like a cool way to unlock something that's very effective. That video prospecting has always been an effective strategy, but now you don't have to create a personalized video for every person. You just have your base video, and then you can generate these ones on demand and have the entire process fully automated. Okay, so that is example pretty quickly. And just to recap some of the things that I was sharing earlier, these are some tools that I'd recommend using, or at least using competitors of or looking into. You want to monitor signals. So Clay is great. Trigify is really good. Expandy is great for LinkedIn automation. Enrich your data. Clay is really powerful for this. There's other platforms as well. And then if you have a good CRM, I just mean like any of them, right? Like HubSpot, Salesforce, Close, like, make sure you can use your current lead data as well. You can generate personalized videos with Sendspark and then send email sequences. And I put Smartly and Instantly in here because I think that they've made it really easy to like create high volume email infrastructure where you can just like easily kind of buy domains and accounts for different reps on your team and be able to send at scale. So thank you for sticking along. If you have any questions, you can DM me on LinkedIn. Just search Bethany Stachenfeld. And if you want to try Sendspark, I'm adding a link here.
Amazing. Well, thank you for joining us, Bethany. It was great having you. A lot of really great insights. There's just so many ways we can use AI. And this is just another really awesome example in finding ways to automate those tiny processes so you can do more with the time you have. So I really enjoyed your presentation. Thank you for sharing all your thoughts.
Thanks.